The roses are dead. The violets are fake. I'm going to show you a romantic Valloween gift that you can make. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how to make a customized perfume or cologne for that special someone in your life. Now, there is a couple of basic things you really have to understand when it comes to creating your own perfume or cologne. So the first thing you need to understand is what your base is going to be. Now, you can use a base carrier oil like almond oil, jojoba oil, or even fractionated coconut oil works great. All three of these oils will soak into the skin very quickly and not leave an oily residue, which is very important when you're talking about skincare items. You can also use high grain alcohol like Everclear, this 190 proof. I actually like to mix the two, so I'll use a mix of both the carrier oil and the high grain alcohol so that it will evaporate faster and soak into the skin. The carrier oils will help the oil stay on the skin, and this will just help with the evaporation. The only problem with doing that is you will get a separation in the bottle like this on one of these older ones that I make, but because it's an emulsification, when you shake it up, it mixes and blends the perfume oil solidly throughout the perfume so that you can use it. So the other thing you have to understand is the types of essential oils that you have. So when you're creating a perfume, you have three types of notes. Top notes are the first note that will disappear after spraying or applying your perfume. They typically last a few minutes, up to 5 minutes most, and they comprise about 30% of your total composition of your cologne or perfume. These are typically citrus scents. I'll put a list up top so you guys can pause the video, write those down if you want to, give some examples. The next part of your perfume or cologne are going to be your middle notes. Middle notes are scents that will have a longer lastability. They'll last about 45 minutes to an hour and will dissipate more slowly than the top notes. These can change based on your individual chemistry, so you may have to play around with some scents and see which ones stay and which ones dissolve faster on your skin. Then the last, you have base notes. Now, base notes are the truest, strongest notes that you have available, and they will last all day long. There's something about, like, for myself, when I put vetiver on, it will last all day. I can smell it right up until I go to bed. I'm actually going to be using test tubes so you guys can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to be building my essential oil blends in here so that you guys can follow along. When I'm trying to create a perfume or cologne that's not for myself, it comes a little more difficult. So what I do is I close my eyes and I really think about what that person to me smells like naturally, their natural chemistry. And I try and pick scents that I feel will go with their actual chemistry, as opposed to matching my own. But this is all in good fun, and it's all up to you what you blend together. Brought out a couple examples of some scents that I made before. This one is one of Christophe's favorite. This I called Highlander. One of the things I like to do with my scents is I actually like to also include botanicals from my spice rack. So this actually has black peppercorns and dried rose petal flakes inside of it. And that actually creates a nice deep undertone smell. This one I also made for him. This one I called Scottish Thistle. They are very different, but they're complementary. He could easily wear both of these at the same time and they would blend very, very well. The first time you're making them, you want to also make sure that the essential oils you buy are therapeutic grade and not the kinds that go in the aromatic diffusers that are in your house. And the reason for that is a lot of them are not body safe. So you want to be careful that you're not putting things that are dangerous for your skin or irritants for your skin on your skin. You want to make sure you get a good therapeutic grade oil. I highly recommend the Laguna Moon sets. They are affordable. They are beautiful. They have tons of scents in them. This is my favorite kit to use. It's got all of those scents. These are really, really great and very affordable. Other types, I have found fragrance oils in craft stores near the soap making departments. You can use those, of course, too. Those are usually pretty good therapeutic grade oils. All right, so let's start with our ratio. So you're going to need some droppers. You're going to need whatever vessel you're creating your scent in. I recommend starting with 10 drops total for whatever recipe you're doing. And then you can smell what that smells like and double or duplicate the recipe again if you want to make more. So these actually have droppers on them. I am gonna start with my middle note. So my middle note is going to be one that is going to fade about an hour after application. I'm going to start with sandalwood. I'm making a masculine scent. And I'm going to do 3 drops or 30%. My base note, I am actually going to use vetiver. Vetiver kind of smells, I don't know, it's got this oak moss dark scent to it. So this is going to be 2 drops. A little bit goes a long way. And now for my middle notes. For this, I'm actually going to choose chamomile. Chamomile is one of those ones that fades pretty quickly. So 5 drops. And now what you want to do is you want to take your test tube and you want to give it a swish. You want to blend those oils together and then you want to give it a smell. Now, if you like what you smell, you can of course double the recipe and make more. Yeah, that's really nice. If you don't like the recipe, continue adding oils until you get something you like. But once you hit the point of where you don't like it, then you may have wasted those oils, which is why I suggest starting with 10 drop recipes. Yeah, this is very nice. I like this. It does need a citrusy note as well, so I think I'm going to add either some lemon or some grapefruit. So one thing I want to note about citrus notes is that citrus notes are photosensitive. So if you add them, just be aware that you don't want to add a lot of them, or you want to avoid sunlight for long periods of time when you're wearing them on your skin. So yeah, I'm going to go with 2 drops of grapefruit. And I'm going to double my recipe because I do like this. Oh yeah, that's really nice. It's a little bit spicy, citrusy. Yeah, that's going to be a great blend. So now I just need to add my carrier oil and my vodka. So I am going to be putting my perfume into one of these dropper bottles. I have a lot of them because I take essential oils orally as well, and these are the bottles that they come in. I just wash them out as soon as I'm done with them, and then I have a great vessel to store any handmade perfumes in. Okay, we're going to make it 12 drops. And now you really want to mix that up well. You want to incorporate that oil into the base oil or the carrier oil. All right, that looks really well mixed. Now I'm just going to pour it into my little bottle. I mean, honestly, I could have made another batch and topped it off. And now to add my Everclear very carefully. Give it a good shake. That actually blended really, really nice. I'm not going to get a separation on this one, so that is always nice. They don't always separate, but when they do, it's not nice. And then give it a test right here where you're... Let it air out for a minute. Oh yeah, that's really nice. But me being me, it needs something dark added to it. So I'm actually going to add some botanicals from my spice rack. This could almost use a touch more citrus note. I think I'm going to add some dried orange peel. Another trick that you can do is you can smell your scent, smell what you're going to add, and see if they harmonize. So after smelling them together, I'm not going to add the orange peel. I'm going to go with black pepper instead. Black peppercorns are one of those scents that I like to add to masculine scents. It adds a very nice warming spiciness. Oh yeah, that's gonna go really well with that blend. So you don't want to overdo these. I'm only gonna put in like 4 or 5. And then once that sits and cures overnight, it will start to bloom in there and add a really nice, dark, rich undertone of scent. Another thing I like to use a lot are dried rose petals. Anything that I think will add a nice scent. Dried sage, basil, bay leaf, any of those work fantastic. There's a couple I would avoid only because they have a tendency to sting your skin. That would be like saffron, although I have done it in the past. It's not too bad, but it can make your skin yellowish. Turmeric, I wouldn't put turmeric in, same reason, stain your skin. But yeah, a couple peppercorns and a blend like this, and overnight it will start to develop that nice dark peppercorn like spiciness as an undertone. It's a really, really great additive for a masculine cologne. And then all I have to do now is figure out what I want to name it and give it as a gift. All right, well, I'm also going to now make one for me. So mine are usually more floral centric. I want the one I made for me to complement the one I made for him. So how do I do that? Well, I'm going to use the same middle note, which would be the chamomile. And I'm going to half the amount of the base note. So I'm only going to put in 1 drop of the vetiver, 5 drops of the chamomile, and 4 drops of my other flower, which is the note I'm going to change. I'm going to change the sandalwood to a feminine scent. I'm going to go with jasmine. And that would be my base blend. All right, so I'm going to do a double recipe right off the bat. All right, so 10 chamomile and 6 jasmine. And because I want that grapefruit note also, I'm going to put in 2 of those. 4, sorry, double. Give that a mix and see what you think. Oh my god, that's so good. I can't wait to wear this one. Yes. All right. Jojoba oil. $20 drops. Oh, it's so nice. So make sure you write down how many drops you used of each if you want to continue to remake these for yourself so that you remember how to recreate them. Again, fill with Everclear. Give it a shake. Oh, that's nice. It does need a little something though, and I think I'm going to go with some white dried sage for protection. You could also add crystals to these to make them look pretty. But yeah, just have fun with your experiments. Thank you for joining me today when we made perfume and cologne for that special someone in your life. Make sure you give a big thumbs up if you liked what you saw today. Don't forget to add a comment if you have any questions that you'd like me to answer or have any other cosmetics you'd like me to show you how to make. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode of all the fun going on here in the lab. And be like the bats in the belfry and hit that bell so you get notified every time we upload. Thank you for joining me in the lab today, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!